Tracy and I are at Universal Orlando Resort, so we reached out to the Producers Club and our listeners what they would ask Santa for at Universal Orlando Resort. This is episode 536 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. It is me, Lee. As I said in the intro, Tracy and I are currently at Universal Orlando Resort. When you're listening to this, the weekender will be over. But trust me, you are going to hear all about it in the coming weeks. But we wanted to put some content out for you guys while we were out there. So I reached out to the Producers Club and our listeners. What I asked them was to send in audio clips of what they would ask Santa for at Universal Orlando Resort. So basically, the premise was you can ask for something to be changed, to be refreshed, something to be brought back, something to be added, made better, something along those lines. But I did ask them to be realistic. I didn't want someone to come in and go, hey Santa, we want rid of Springfield and we want Rick and Morty's Anatomy Park to replace that. We didn't want something that big. Or we want Pokemon to replace Kids Zone. We asked people to be, relatively realistic. So yeah, over the course of the next however long, you will hear from us as well as our listeners. And so let's get on with it.
Hello, UUO podcast team. Happy holidays to everyone and a Merry Grinchmas as well. This is Adam Phillips here. So, Lee wants to know what is the one thing that I would ask Santa for at Universal Orlando this year. I actually think I have the correct answer for this one, so please hear me out. Other than an amazing weekender event this year, I would ask Santa for the triumphant return of the long-defunct Island Skipper boat tour at Islands of Adventure. I know it's expensive and it's probably impossible to operate, but this is an attraction that I think should be here in some form. Universal probably couldn't get away with operating this as a back-and-forth lagoon transport anymore, but how about a dinner excursion? Or, booze cruise, anyone? Let's get this done, Universal. The docks at Port of Entry have sat idle long enough. Okay, that's all I've got, Lee and team, and see you all at the Weekender.
Hey UUOP, this is Melinda Dodson. I live in Michigan, and one thing that I would love to ask Santa for that I think would be a really cool add-on purchase possibly for annual pass holders would be the ability to select one ride when you purchase your pass, and for the remainder of that year when that pass is active, every time you go to ride that ride, you get to skip to the front of the line. So if I were to select maybe E.T. as my ride, sorry Tracy, every time I go to ride E.T., I get to skip the line. Kind of like those Ruby Express passes that they give you when the ride breaks down. Just think that would be kind of a cool perk, something a little bit more fun, and probably something that would never happen, but wishful thinking. So thank you guys so much. Love you.
Hey UUOP, this is Natalie. My dear Santa would be, just give me anything that's immersive. I am a big fan of Harry Potter, and I think I love it because going in there, I feel like I'm in a totally different place. And when I'm on vacation, that's what I want to feel. I want to feel like I am not at work, not in reality, and being able to go somewhere that I can just get into character, enjoy the smells and the sounds, and just the overall mood. That's exactly what I want. So anything that's immersive, and I will absolutely eat it up.
Hi, this is Kenneth from Rush of Fear and Pangolin, the band. And yeah, if I could ask Santa for one thing at Universal, it would be a collection of things. Basically, for the E.T. adventure to get on basically all of the animated figures replaced. I want that thing looking like brand new, like it was just built today, this year, because that ride is a timeless classic, and I want it to be there forever. And the more those figures get older and older, the less likely it feels. And I know it's going to stay for a long, long time, but let's make it look good. You know what I mean? This is the oldest ride in the park and the only remaining ET ride in the world. So let's make it look good. Let's make it look nice. It's so much fun. It's so classic and timeless. Let's update it. Let's make it feel new and fresh, and give it another 30 some years of life. right there at Universal. So yes, that is my wish to Santa.
Dear Santa Claus, could you please change Marvel Superhero Island to the DCEU Comic Book Superhero Island? Spider-Man could be an awesome Gotham City ride. The Incredible Hulk could be a Green Lantern roller coaster, and you wouldn't even have to change the color. Storm Force Acceleratron can be any other crappy spinning ride. Period. If you could do this for me and not listen to all the other haters out there that think that Marvel is better than DC, can you please give those children coal in their stockings for not knowing what they are talking about? If you could do this for me, I would never ask for another Christmas present ever. Period. I know this was only supposed to be 60 seconds long, but as Jillian once said, Lee can suck it. Love always, your true believer, Jeffrey Royds. Period.
Hey UUOP, Alexa here. And if I could ask Santa one thing, it would be to completely gut out the Fast and Furious and actually make it into a roller coaster. So if you're listening out there, Santa, make our wishes come true. And I say we, because we all know that we really want that. Bye.
Hi, Santa. It's me, Kayla Roebuck. And I would like Universal Studios to start a marathon weekend similar to what Run Disney does right now, with character meet and greets, dinosaurs chasing you, minions with bananas, the whole thing. Thanks!
Hey everyone, it's Lee. Of course, if I was to ask Santa for anything at Universal Orlando Resort, it would be a refresh of my favourite attraction at Universal Studios Florida, and that would be Men in Black. I preach about it all the time, how much I love Men in Black, but sadly it is in desperate need of some TLC. Sometimes the guns don't work, sometimes the targets don't work, sometimes the animatronics don't work. It could do with just somebody going in, cleaning everything down, replacing the animatronics, giving everything a spruce up. Let's just bring Men in Black Alien Attack up to the technological standpoint of 2022 and give it the love that it deserves by just bringing it up to today's technology, because it is a popular attraction. So yeah, that's what I would ask Santa for.
Dear Santa, I know it isn't very nice to compare Universal to some dirty mice, but Disney's PhotoPass is much easier to use. I love ride photos on the app we can peruse. It's so much fun when leaving a ride to see on my phone the dumb face I made inside. You'd probably find people would spend lots if they didn't have to stop after to see ride shots. If you only leave me one gift under our trees, improve the PhotoPass option. Please, please, please. Love, your very nice friend, Madeline Bergstrom.
Hello, Santa. This is Katie McNeil. I would love to ask you to please bring back the shadows in the Three Broomsticks. I love to see the owls fluttering by all over with the beautiful soundtrack that was played. And I also love to see the house elves up in the rafters. It was really magical, and I miss it so much. And while we're on the subject, Santa, could you also please bring back the idea that Universal should hire actual fans who are knowledgeable and who love Harry as much as we all do, and hire them for our Wizarding World lands? Thank you, Santa, and I've been a really, really, really good this year. Well, pretty good. Thanks.
Hello, boys and girls. This is Jill with my contribution to this week's special podcast. I am getting all cozy on some 70-year-old man's lap in a cheap polyester suit, and I am ready. Dear Santa, can we please, for the love of all things, get Express on Velocicoaster and Hagrid's? It's about damn time. It's been long enough, especially for Hagrid's. And frankly, we're all tired of waiting in standby. Sincerely, Jillian Dunn. And yes, I've been a very, very good girl this year. Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, Santa Malaby. This is little Brian Jennings from Colorado. I have been a very good Universal Pass holder this year. I mean, I haven't yelled at any team members, and I even gave out a few fist bumps along the way. I'll tell you what I'd like for Christmas, though. Is there any way you could keep the parks open 1 hour longer every day of the year? I mean, it's so cool to go into studios and islands both after dark that I'd really like to spend more time in there all year long. Anyway, thanks a lot. Have a great season.
Greetings. This is Jonathan Jackson. Well, thinking about what Universal-related thing I'd ask Santa for, actually, it's really straightforward. Please, Santa, get Universal to embrace the greatest film ever made. There is only one option. Back to the Future. We've had the ride in the past, but unfortunately that's now gone. We still have the dock. Surely it's time for a new, modern, updated ride. We don't want to ride heavy with screens. We have enough of those. Yes, I'm looking at you, Fast and the Furious. What we want is a recreation of Hill Valley, the town square, live actors. That's the future. Back to the Future. But don't take my word for it. What do you think, Gillian?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Lee, Tracy, Chris, and Michelle. This is Maddie, one of the co-hosts of Rush of Fear. Miss you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. The one thing that I would ask Mr. Claus himself is if Universal could do more themed stores and bars like they do for the Tribute Store and for the Dead Coconut Club and now the Green and Red Coconut Club. I think things like that are just really lovely, along with like the All Hallows Eve Boutique. They do them so well, and they're just so much fun to hang out in, to see all the Easter eggs. I think it's just a really great thing that they should absolutely do more of. Yeah, that is it. Love you all so much. Happy holidays. Bye.
Hi, UUOP family. This is Kobe and Holly from the Universal Orlando Explorers podcast with our wish list for Santa. This year, I'm asking for Santa to bring us later hours for Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure so we can see those nighttime lights. Holly, what are you asking for?
I'd love for Hagrid's to add Express Pass because I want to get on it even more.
And there you have it, folks. From the UOE to the UUOP, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris here from UUOP. Here to give my Santa wish list item. This was kind of a difficult one because there are plenty of things that I would ask from Santa for Universal. However, one thing that kind of stood out to me that I've been wanting for a while is for Universal to finally build out that expansion over at Volcano Bay, because who does not want some more awesome Volcano Bayness? So yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable request. So Santa, get to it. Talk to you guys later.
Hello, this is John Self from Universal Food Blog. Just saying what I really want from Santa this year. It's the same thing I wanted last year. I want the roast beast sandwich to be a year-round thing, because poor Circus McGurkus needs a reason to walk in there besides some average theme park food for something that should be such a wonderful quick service option. Of course, the vegan butter snowflake cookie would be nice also. You get to experience the holidays. In the spirit of Seth Kubersky, let me say, if you want to find more of my writing, you can find it at Universal Food Blog, Universal Family Vacations, Pirates and Princesses, and Mouse Dining, and maybe even some places with attractions or parks news if you know where to look the next time. But most of all, what I want for Christmas is to meet Lee and Tracy this December. Thanks, UUOP gang.
Hi, everybody. This is Michelle from UUOP giving you my Santa wish list. On the top of my wish list for Universal Orlando Resort from Santa would have to absolutely 100% be a Harry Potter themed hotel. I know a lot of people have talked about it, but it needs to happen because it sounds amazing. It would be absolutely impossible to get a room there, I know. However, a totally themed out hotel that's completely immersive where you get sorted into houses and you have to stay in different wings based on what house you're in. And there's wand interaction opportunities all throughout the hotel. That would be crazy. I don't know why it's not already done, but Santa, please make it happen.
Hello, UUOP gang. Just wanted to chime in on the Santa wish list. If I had my wish, we all think that Lost Continent could use a little more love, and I think a Lost Treasures store would be fantastic. I remember from my first visit back in like 2001, I had like a tie-dye, half red, half blue Dueling Dragon shirt. We could get the Islands of Adventure soundtrack back. Just get some merchandise for stuff that no longer exists, but for long-time Universal fans, we could actually get some merchandise from way back when that we all remember and, of course, wore out and we need to replace. So, talk to you later. Bye.
Hey guys, it's John and Becky Tyler, and we're here with our wishes for Christmas at Universal Orlando Resort.
My wish for the Universal Orlando Resort is that they fix the Royal Pacific Club Level Lounge. I don't know who picked the colors or the style that's in there now, but it looks absolutely terrible. It looks very uncomfortable, and I don't want to go there anymore, which makes me really sad because I absolutely adored the lounge the way it was before. So please, Universal, put the lounge back to its former glory so we can enjoy it once again.
And my wish is related. I would really love it if you were able to get a reasonable room at the Royal Pacific ever. Every time we've tried to go for the last few years before the pandemic and after, that thing is booked out to conventions and the rooms are ridiculous. So please give us back the Royal Pacific.
Hey guys, this is Laura from the Universal Family Podcast. I hope you're all having a wonderful holiday season, and I hope your first experience at Universal during the holidays was magical. If I could have Santa bring something amazing to my favorite place on Earth, I would ask him to bring a perfectly themed attraction to Islands of Adventure's port of entry, like a ride or experience that tells the story of how folks from all around the world ended up here in this strange, quirky port. Santa could iron out the details. He's great at that kind of stuff. But I'm thinking it could maybe replace Cinnabon. Or maybe it could be a boat ride where they tell the story like they used to back when Islands first opened. I think that would be awesome.
What's up, UUOP? This is Chad Day. No shameless plugs coming from me today. If I were to sit my bony butt on Santa's lap, the one thing I'd ask for is a new Secret Life of Pets ride in the Kids Zone area. I'm usually more of a thrill ride kind of person, but that ride in Hollywood blew me away. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Dear Father Christmas, please grant a wish for me. I've mostly been a good girl, ignore that lying, Lee. The thing I want most of all is really a lost cause, so I won't waste your time or mine by asking, bring back Jaws. And so my sweet old Santa Claus, I think this is enough. As I'm such a massive fan of yours, give me matcha green tea puff.
Well, everyone, that's going to wrap up this show, and of course, we will do so with a Universal Is, and this one comes from Harold Farley. And of course, if you want to get involved, all you've got to do is let us know what you think Universal is in 3 words or less. Send them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. We will share them at the end of the show. But for this episode, Harold says Universal is home sweet home. See you next week, everyone.
That was another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast, the best and only podcast about Universal Orlando on the island. Check us out on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcasts, news, and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. Join the Producers Club by emailing us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Check out our friends, the Theme Park Duo, for all your other theme park news, and email Michelle at PortKeyVacations.net to book your next trip. So until next time, this is Amity 6, call off the Marines, we're coming home.